Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Stampin' Up demonstration. My name's Amanda and today I'm going to show you how I made this flower. Not showing you the whole project. This is a name badge that I've made for my team leader, Annie Chambers. We are going to a Stampin' Up event in Telford in the UK this weekend, and we said we'd make each other's name badges, and this is what I have made for Annie. So I'm going to show you how I made the flower, and I've made it using, let me just move this out of the way, the Botanical Builder framelets dies from Stampin' Up, and you get quite a lot of dies in here for your money. It's really good value. Let me just press something on my camera so that it doesn't autofocus. So it's a big shot die by Sizzix, and you're getting an awful lot for your money. Look, all of these yummy dies. And I have made a card using this fancy edge. It's stunning. You make beautiful flowers. And the dies that I've used are this medium petal one, a 5-petal die. And I have used this medium size leaf die. So those are the two that I've used for this particular flower. Okay. So if you pop along and have a look at the catalogue, it is the Botanical, what's its full name? I've blinked and I've forgotten. Botanical Builder Framelets. I do believe there's a punch, not a punch, a stamp, stamp set to go with it as well, but I've just got the dies. So that I could make beautiful flowers. So it's not a new technique. I've cut out 5 of the petals, and I actually was never very good at making paper flowers. And before I actually joined Stampin' Up, I was lucky enough to go to a flower making workshop by a lady who I know, whose business is Sama Flora, based in West Yorkshire near where I live, and she actually taught me how to shape flowers correctly. Well, she tried to. I did my best. But she gave me the basic knowledge of what to do. I'm not saying that I'm the world's best flower maker, because I'm not, because I believe that Sam is. So what I'm going to do is I've cut them out, and I've used very vanilla cardstock. I've just used 5. Sometimes it can vary how many layers you use. You just use until you think your flower's full enough for you. And I'm going to ink the edges with crumb cake, because I want this, I'm calling this my winter rose, and you've got like a browned effect. And yeah, so that has been done with the crumb cake. So I'm just going to ink those, and I'm going to bring in this slidey mat. Again, I've used it before, that my lovely friend Sandra sent me. And I'm just going to get a sponge. These are the Stampin' Up sponges. They're very inexpensive. I'm going to find one that I've used crumb cake on before. I think that's navy one. No. Which one shall we use? I'll use that one. That one looks like it's been. And you just ink up your sponge. I cut them in half and I grab them like that. So you've got like a round. Ink up your sponge. You'll have seen other demonstrators do this most probably. And you start on the mat and you just go around in a circular motion. And what it does is it puts nice amount of ink right on the edge without it looking scratchy. And then puts a blended amount further in. Okay, so we're doing all of these. I'll try and speed it up a bit. As I say, I'm probably not teaching you anything new, but there are people out there that are new, always new crafters, come along all of the time, wanting to learn new things. And I'm doing this to show you how you can, in particular, use this die. It's not necessarily about the flower making technique, it's about how you can use the die. Okay, bit of extra on there, and on here. There we go, and I'm going to do the leaves as well. So so that they look nice and autumnal or wintery. You know, when they're just starting to go brown in nature, it's kind of imitating that a little bit. It just helps give some definition as well, rather than having flat flowers, which is a bit of a joke between me and my friend Sam. There's nothing worse than flat flowers. That's what we always say. You know, they're not flat in the wild. Give them some shape. Even if you just bend them a bit, it's better than nothing. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a foam mat. This was purchased, I'm just going to zoom out, very inexpensive, like from a local craft fair, but you can use anything as long as it's got some kind of sponge to it. You can use just foamy. You can get like fun foam that your kids cut shapes out of. Anything, just find anything. It's just to give you a bit of a bounce. Right, so you get your flowers and you turn them the opposite side to where you've inked, and you just go with your ball tool and you go in circular motions, and you're just breaking those fibres up and giving those petals some shape. Okay, I'm going to shape all of these flowers, and then I'm going to come back because you don't want to watch me doing that for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I've shaped all of my flowers by just going around in a circular motion. I'll just say these tools you can get quite inexpensively if you're in your craft shops or your craft fairs, or look on eBay, or just use any rounded object. If you've got a paper piercer, even a ballpoint pen, a crochet hook, anything will do, just as long as it's smooth and round and you can go in a circular motion. You'll get this, how you can see they're all kind of cupped. Okay, so the first one we're going to turn into a bud, so I'm going to just do some extra, I'm going to use that one, some extra work to the middle there, going around in a circular motion and pressing down, circular motion, press down, circular motion, and you'll see them cupping even further. Can you see? So what you do to create your bud is I'm using contraband glue. It's non-Stampin' Up, I am sorry, but it's fast drying. That's my excuse. It's a fast drying one, that's why I'm using it. I also really like the smell of it. So what you do is you're overlapping your flower leaves. So you overlap all the way around. Okay, tiny dab of glue, little bit of glue, overlap, and it looks better the tighter you can get it, but it does take practice. Tiny bit of glue, overlap, bit of glue, overlap. Am I in shot? Bit of glue, overlap. Okay, and it's a bit fiddly and a bit fussy. It is quite a long process unless you are a you know, professional flower maker like our Sam, or you just get practice. You know, I've watched ladies at craft fairs. I remember once going to the NEC with a bunch of friends, and there was a lady there and she was making paper flowers. I'm just holding it till the glue dries, and I'm not joking, she was like, I don't know, like, it was amazing. She was so fast. She was just going whoosh, done, whoosh, done. And we were stood there and we were like, that takes me an hour to make just one flower. And so there you go, you've got your bud shape, okay? And then you've got a flat bottom there. So you get your next shapes. I've just got a bit of glue on my mat there, which I don't really want. You get these other ones and you turn them over, and I'll do it with this one, get your tool in the middle and press into your foam, and this is why you need a foamy squeezy surface. Okay, that will then push them up. Do that to all of them. Okay, as I say, you know, if you practice it, you'll get faster, and if you, I do find that you're as quick making 10 as you are 1. you know, because you just cut loads out and you do them all at once. Right, so these are the leaves. I even curved them underneath with the ball tool, and I'm going to leave them, just press down there a little bit. Just do one line down the centre on these. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway, just to give them a little bit of shape but leave them still really curved. I'll just pop them to one side. So we've got these now. So we get the first one and we're going to glue our bud to it. I'm using this little paintbrush just for more precision and ease because my hand-eye coordination isn't always very good. Okay, so I'm dabbing some glue in just around the centre and then just slightly over the centre, and I'm going to add my bud about there. You've just got to bear in mind you want to start alternating the, can you see there? You've got that petal there. I've lined it up against a gap so that when that lifts up, they're going to overlap, alternating. Okay, so just gently, just going to put a little bit more glue in there, but not on the whole of the leaf because you don't want the petal, oops, you don't want these in as tight as the bud. So just a little bit of glue. Don't worry if you get a lot of glue everywhere, it will dry. Just make sure you get one that's dries clear. And if it leaves a bit of a sheen, it just adds to the character of the flower anyway, I find, so it doesn't matter. So lift them up. Again, trying to do sort of a alternated shape. Like so. Hold them in. Doesn't matter if it looks squashed up because you can release the petals in a minute. Okay. And then do the same again with another layer. So again, glue in the centre and then just slightly up the petals. And again, look for a space and alternate. I'm going to have it like that. Okay. And then just lift your petals up. Might be enough layers there with 4. I'll have a look when I'm just going to hold that while it dries 1 minute. I've chosen this glue because it does dry pretty quick. I think it might have alcohol in it which helps it to dry quick. I'm not sure, but it smells nice. But it's non-toxic. Okay, so we've got this now. So now I'm going to just get my paper piercer. I'm sat down today instead of standing up. I'm a bit tired, my legs are aching. And we're just going to very gently curve back each petal. Okay, curve them back. And then go on the next layer and curve those back. Just prise it open a little bit if needs be. Not going to hurt it. Prise it, curl it, curl it, and curl it. Okay. Now, I think, how many layers have I done on that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I think I am going to do another layer, just to make it a bit more full. So again, I am loading my brush with the glue and putting it in the centre and a little bit just up the petal so that the petals can attach to the rest of the body of the flower. Then I'm just going to look at my flower and I'm going to have a look. Oh, I've got a big glue strand where I think needs filling in. You know, if you move it around, there you go. See how adding that bottom layer has just filled in that gap and just made it look that little bit more balanced. Okay, there we go. So that flower is now, in my mind, to me anyway, that looks more balanced. Okay, so I'm going to go back in and just curve them flowers up a bit more. Petals, not flowers, because it is a flower already. Okay, and you can faff about with them all day long, you know. Just get them to how you like. And then I'm going to attach some glue onto my leaf. I'm going to attach it to the bottom of my flower, like so. Just hold it while it dries. And then get another one. And I'm doing this kind of a motion, not because I'm like making a spell. I'm wrapping the glue strings around the brush. We all have our little quirks, don't we? I'm just going to layer that there so that it's a double layered leaf effect. I'll just hold that a minute to dry. Just keep pushing them leaves up if you're squashing petals up, if you're squashing them down, just to keep giving them a bit more dimension. Okay, give it a bit of a faff about. Don't faff about too long though, because you know flowers aren't perfect. They're not perfect in the wild. In fact, that is their uniqueness and their beauty, is that they're beautiful without being perfect. Now, ta-da-la, the magic component is Wink of Stella. Now when you're adding this onto the petals, which are damp from glue and have been inked with a water-based ink, it's going to blend that ink ever so slightly. It's going to make it bleed into your petals, which gives a brilliant effect. Plus the sparkle also gives the flower just a little bit of a, it almost looks like it's wet, like it's got dew on it. It really is just lovely. Just dab it on. Don't put it on your leaves. We don't want it on the leaves. Just on the petals. Okay. And it really does just add a little something. Okay. And it also highlights all those creases that you've made from shaping and just gives that flower more of a natural look. If you can see, we are done. And I think that is absolutely beautiful. It is a time-consuming process, but you do a bunch of those and you put them on a shadow box or a beautiful handmade gift box or a parcel or a bag or a card, or you can make a lovely name plaque like this. Lots and lots of uses. A really, really good skill to learn, and what a fantastic die set. Which, have I put it away? What have I done with it? I was doing really well with my speech then. And then it all went to pot. There we go. Botanical Builder Framelit dies from Stampin' Up. Go and have some fun and make some beautiful flowers. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.